I'm pregnant, Emily said, her voice trembling, but her eyes weren't soft like I expected. I froze. Pregnant? I whispered, trying to smile. Emily, that's good news, right? She didn't answer. She just kept looking at me like I was already gone. Say something, I pushed gently. Why do you look like that? Jason, I need you to stay calm. I am calm, I said, even though my chest felt tight. Just tell me. She took a slow breath. The baby might not be yours. Everything inside me went silent. What do you mean, might not be mine? I asked, my voice lower now. I didn't plan it, she said quickly. It just happened. With who? I asked, already feeling the answer before she said it. She looked down. Ryan. I blinked once. Ryan. She nodded, tears forming. Your best friend. I leaned back against the wall. You're telling me you slept with Ryan? It was a mistake, she said. How many times? She didn't answer. Emily, I said, firmer now. How many times? More than once, she whispered. I let out a slow breath. And now you're pregnant. Yes. And you don't know if it's mine. She shook her head. I stared at her, trying to feel something, anger, pain, anything, but all I felt was a strange emptiness. Say something, she cried. Yell at me, Jason. Please. I shook my head. No. Why are you so calm? Because I'm trying to understand, I said quietly. There's nothing to understand, she said, wiping her tears. I messed up. You didn't just mess up, I replied. You made a choice. She stepped closer. It didn't mean anything. It meant enough to happen more than once. She looked away again. When did this start? I asked. A few months ago. So every time you told me you were going out with friends. I'm sorry, she interrupted. I nodded slowly. And Ryan, he just acted normal around me? She hesitated. He didn't want to hurt you. I almost laughed, but it didn't come out. That's funny. Jason, please, she said, reaching for my hand. I stepped back. Don't. She froze. I didn't want to tell you like this. How did you want to tell me? I thought maybe I could fix things first. Fix things? I repeated. By hiding it? I was scared, she said. Of what? Of losing you. I looked at her for a long second. You already lost me. Her face broke. Don't say that. What do you want me to say? I asked. That it's okay? No, she whispered. That I'll raise another man's child without question? I didn't say that, she replied quickly. You didn't have to. She covered her face. I hate myself for this. I stayed silent. Jason, please talk to me, she begged. I am talking, I said calmly. No, you're not, she said. You're just distant. Maybe because everything I believed in just disappeared. She lowered her hands. I still love you. I shook my head slightly. Love doesn't look like this. It was a mistake, she repeated. Stop calling it that, I said. It makes it sound small. She went quiet. I walked past her and sat down slowly. Are you going to leave me? She asked softly. I looked up at her. I don't know yet. Please don't, she said. Why shouldn't I? Because we can fix this, she said desperately. How? I'll cut Ryan off, she said quickly. That should have happened before, I replied. I know, she said. I was stupid. I rubbed my face. Does he know about the pregnancy? Yes. And? He said he'd support me. I let out a quiet breath. Of course he would. But I chose to tell you first, she added. That doesn't make it better. It means something, she insisted. It means you waited until you had no choice, I said. She didn't respond. I stood up again. When did you find out? Yesterday. And you came home and told me today? Yes. I nodded slowly. So all night you were thinking about how to say it? She swallowed. Yes. And this is what you came up with? I didn't know what else to do, she said. I looked at her one more time, really looked this time. You know what hurts the most? I asked quietly. What? Not the pregnancy. She frowned. Then what? That you stood in front of me and told me this like I was just supposed to accept it. I didn't expect that, she said quickly. You expected something, I replied. She had no answer. I walked toward the door. Where are you going? She asked, panic rising in her voice. I need air. Jason, don't leave like this, she said. I'm not leaving, I replied. I'm just stepping away. For how long? I don't know. She grabbed my arm. Please don't shut me out. I gently pulled away. I'm not shutting you out. Then what are you doing? I paused for a second. I'm thinking, I said. She stared at me confused and scared. About what? About everything, I answered. Are you going to tell Ryan you know? I looked back at her. Not yet. Her eyes widened. Why? Because I want to understand what I'm dealing with first. I told you everything, she said. I held her gaze. No, I said quietly. You told me enough to break me. She started crying again. I opened the door. Jason, she whispered. I stopped but didn't turn around. Yes. I'm sorry. I closed my eyes for a second. I know, I said. And then I walked out into the night, feeling like the man who walked into that house no longer existed. Emily watched me the next morning like I was a stranger. You're okay? She asked carefully. I'm fine, I said, pouring coffee. That's it. What else do you want me to say? She frowned. You're acting like nothing happened. I'm acting normal, I replied. This isn't normal, Jason. I took a sip. Neither is what you did. She went quiet. I thought you'd be angry, she said after a moment. I answered. I just don't see the point of shouting. So, what happens now? We live, I said simply. Her eyes searched mine. That's it. For now. She hesitated. Are you going to tell Ryan? I shrugged. Why would I? Her face tightened. Because he needs to take responsibility. I'm sure he knows what he did. That's not what I mean, she said. I know what you mean, I replied calmly. And I'll handle it my way. She looked unsettled. Your way scares me more. Good, I said quietly. She stared at me confused. Jason, what are you thinking? I'm thinking I need time. For what? To understand everything. She nodded slowly. I can give you that. I finished my coffee and grabbed my keys. Where are you going? She asked. Work. Already? Life doesn't stop, I said. She followed me to the door. Jason, I meant what I said. I'm sorry. I paused, then nodded once. I heard you. That was all I gave her. At work, everything felt louder than usual. Phones ringing, people talking, keyboards clicking. But inside my head it was quiet. Ryan walked in 20 minutes later. Jason, he said with a grin. You look like you didn't sleep. I didn't, I replied. Late night? You could say that. He laughed. Man, you need to relax. I studied his face. No guilt. No hesitation. Just the same confident smile. You're right, I said. I probably do. He clapped my shoulder. Let's grab lunch later. Sure, I said. Cool, he replied, walking off like nothing had happened. I watched him disappear into his office. Unbelievable, I muttered under my breath. Later that day I stepped outside and called Daniel. Hey, he answered. What's up? I need to see you. That serious? Yeah. All right, he said. Come by. An hour later, I sat across from him in his apartment. You look terrible, Daniel said. Thanks. What happened? I leaned back. Emily's pregnant. He raised an eyebrow. And you look like someone died. That doesn't match. It's not mine, I said. Silence filled the room. Say that again, Daniel said slowly. She cheated, I replied. With Ryan. His jaw tightened. Your best friend Ryan? Yeah. Daniel stood up. I'm going to kill him. No, I said calmly. No, he snapped. Jason, this isn't something you just sit with. I'm not sitting, I replied. I'm thinking. Thinking about what? About what I do next. He stared at me. You're too calm. I know. That's not good. It is, I said. For me. Daniel crossed his arms. So what's the plan? I don't have one yet, I admitted. But I'm not reacting. Not like they expect. They? Emily and Ryan, I said. Daniel shook his head. You're playing this quiet. Yes. Why? Because silence makes people careless. He looked at me for a long moment. You've changed. Maybe I had to. So you're just going to pretend everything is fine? Not pretend, I corrected. Observe. Observe what? Everything, I said. What she says, what he does, how they act when they think I don't know. Daniel sighed. And then? Then I decide. He sat down again. This sounds like revenge. It's not, I said. Not yet. Then what is it? Control. He nodded slowly. I get it. I'm not letting them control how this ends, I added. Good, he said. Because you deserve better than this. I looked down at my hands. I know. When I got home, Emily was waiting in the living room. You're late, she said softly. I stopped by Daniel's. Her expression changed. You told him? Yes. She looked nervous. What did he say? That he's not happy. That's an understatement, she muttered. I sat down. Jason, she said sitting across from me. Are we going to talk about this? We already did. No, we didn't, she insisted. We just said things. What do you want to say now? I want to fix this. I looked at her. You keep saying that. Because I mean it. How? She hesitated. I don't know yet. That's the problem, I said. She leaned forward. Tell me what you want. I shook my head. I'm not there yet. Then where are you? I'm watching, I said. Her brows furrowed. Watching what? Everything. She looked uneasy. That sounds cold. Maybe it is. I don't like this version of you, she admitted. I didn't like what you did either, I replied. She looked down. I'm not trying to hurt you, she said quietly. You already did, I answered. Silence filled the room again. Are you going to leave me? She asked. I met her eyes. Not yet. Her shoulders relaxed slightly. That means something. It means I'm not done deciding, I said. She swallowed. Okay. I stood up and walked toward the bedroom. Jason, she called. I stopped. What? Please don't shut me out completely. I looked back at her. I'm not shutting you out, I said. I'm just not letting you in the same way anymore. She didn't respond. That night while she slept, I sat in the dark with my phone. I opened a new folder. Messages, calls, dates, times, everything. I started saving it all. Quietly. The appointment is at noon, I muttered to myself as I checked the time again. Emily looked up from the couch. What appointment? Work stuff, I said casually. Just a quick meeting. She narrowed her eyes slightly. You've been busy lately. Trying to stay productive, I replied. She nodded, but I could tell she didn't fully believe me. Are you going to the doctor again? She asked suddenly. I paused. Why would I? Because of everything, she said, placing a hand on her stomach. I forced a neutral expression. You already went, didn't you? Yes, she said quickly. Everything is normal. Good, I replied. She studied me. You don't seem interested. I am, I said calmly. I just don't show it the way you expect. She looked away. Right. I grabbed my keys. I'll be back later. Jason, she said softly. I stopped. What? Do you still care? I looked at her for a second. I care about the truth. Her face tightened. That's not what I asked. It's the only answer I have right now, I said, then walked out. At the clinic, everything felt cold and quiet. Mr. Carter? A nurse called. That's me, I said, stepping forward. Dr. Davis will see you now. I walked into the office and sat across from him. Jason Carter? He asked. Yes. What can I help you with? I leaned forward slightly. I need information about a pregnancy. He adjusted his glasses. Are you the father? That's what I'm trying to find out. He nodded slowly. Go on. I explained everything briefly, keeping my voice steady. My wife gave me a timeline, I said. But something feels off. Dr. Davis folded his hands. Do you have the dates? Yes, I replied, handing him my phone. He studied the screen carefully. According to this, he said, the conception window doesn't align with what you're being told. My chest tightened. What do you mean exactly? The timeline suggests an earlier date, he explained. Different from what your wife claimed. So, she lied. I asked. I can't say intent, he replied calmly. But medically this doesn't match her version. I nodded slowly. Could stress or confusion affect the estimate? Not by this much, he said. I leaned back. So there's more to this. It appears that way, he said. Thank you, I muttered. Jason, he added, whatever you're dealing with, make sure you protect yourself. I will, I said quietly. When I stepped outside, the air felt heavier. More lies, I whispered to myself. I drove home in silence, replaying everything in my head. When I walked in, Emily was in the kitchen again. You're back, she said. Yeah. She watched me closely. You look different. Do I? Yes, she said. Did something happen? I shrugged. Just thinking. About what? About timelines, I replied. Her expression shifted. What do you mean? I walked closer. When exactly did you find out you were pregnant? I told you, she said quickly. Tell me again. She hesitated. A few days ago. And when did it happen with Ryan? Jason. Just answer, I said calmly. A while back, she said. How long? A couple of months. I nodded slowly. That's interesting. Why are you asking like this? She snapped. Because things aren't adding up. Her eyes widened slightly. What are you talking about? I'm talking about your timeline, I said. It's correct, she insisted. Are you sure? Yes. I held her gaze. Because I checked. Her face went pale. Checked what? The medical side, I replied. She stepped back. You went to a doctor? Yes. Without telling me? I didn't need permission, I said. Her voice shook. What did they say? I paused for a moment. They said your story doesn't match. She stared at me. That's not possible. That's what I thought too, I replied. I didn't lie, she said quickly. Then explain it. I might have gotten the dates wrong. By that much. I asked. I was stressed, she said. I shook my head. No. What do you mean no? I mean that doesn't explain it, I said. She crossed her arms. You're overthinking this. Am I? Yes, she insisted. You're just trying to find more reasons to be angry. I'm not angry, I said calmly. Then what are you? Careful. She looked frustrated. You don't trust me anymore. Should I? I asked. She didn't answer. I stepped closer. Emily, how many versions of the truth are there? There's only one, she said. Then why does it keep changing? She looked away. That's what I thought, I said quietly. You're twisting things, she muttered. I'm clarifying them, I replied. This isn't fair, she said. Neither was what you did. She wiped her eyes. I told you the truth. You told me part of it, I said. That's not true, she argued. Then prove it, I said. She fell silent again. I watched her carefully, every reaction, every pause. You're scared, I said softly. I'm not, she replied quickly. Yes, you are, I said. But not because you hurt me. Her lips trembled. Stop. You're scared of being exposed, I continued. That's not. It is, I interrupted. Tears filled her eyes. You're wrong. I shook my head. No. I'm finally seeing clearly. She stared at me like she didn't recognize me. Jason, what happened to you? She whispered. I exhaled slowly. I stopped believing everything you say. That's not fair, she said again. Fair doesn't exist anymore, I replied. She sat down, covering her face. I didn't want this, she cried. Then why did it happen? I asked. She didn't answer. I turned away, feeling something shift inside me again. This wasn't just betrayal. This was manipulation. And for the first time, I wasn't confused. I was certain. Ryan leaned back in his chair and laughed. Man, you've been quiet lately. Everything good? I stirred my drink slowly. Yeah, just thinking. Thinking about what? He asked, grinning like nothing in the world had changed. Life, I said. He chuckled. That sounds serious. It is, I replied calmly. He took a sip of his coffee. You always overthink things, Jason. Maybe, I said. Or maybe I'm finally paying attention. He raised an eyebrow. To what? To people, I answered, watching him carefully. He smiled. You sound like you don't trust anyone. Should I? I asked. He shrugged. Depends on who. I leaned back. Like a best friend? Of course, he said quickly. That's different. How? I asked. Because a best friend would never cross certain lines, he said confidently. I nodded slowly. What kind of lines? You know, he said. Respect. Loyalty. Basic stuff. Right, I said. He looked at me. Why are you asking this? No reason, I replied. Just curious. He smirked. Sounds like there's a reason. I shook my head. Just a conversation. He leaned forward. Well, if someone breaks that kind of trust, they're not really your friend. That's true, I said. Yeah, he added. People like that deserve to be cut off. I held his gaze. Completely? Completely, he said without hesitation. I nodded again. Interesting. What's interesting? He asked. How easy it is for people to say the right thing, I replied. He laughed. You're being weird today. Am I? Yeah, he said. But I get it. You're stressed. Something like that. He checked his phone. Anyway, we're still good, right? I looked at him for a second. Yeah, we're good. He smiled. That's what I like to hear. I forced a small smile back. Inside, I felt nothing but distance. Later that afternoon, I walked out of the office and called the number Daniel had given me. Hello? A woman's voice answered. Hi, is this Lisa? I asked. Yes. Who's this? Jason Carter, I said. Ryan's friend. There was a short pause. Oh, I've heard about you. I hope that's not a bad thing, I replied. That depends, she said calmly. What do you want? I just want to talk, I said. About Ryan? Yes. Another pause. All right. Meet me at the cafe on 5th. Give me 20 minutes. I'll be there, she said, then hung up. When I arrived, she was already sitting by the window. You're early, I said as I sat down. I don't like wasting time, she replied. Neither do I. She studied my face. You know, don't you? I didn't pretend. Yes. She nodded slowly. I was wondering when you'd find out. That sounds like you're not surprised, I said. I'm not, she replied. I leaned forward. So this isn't new? No, she said. Ryan has always been like this. Like what? Crossing boundaries, she said simply. I felt my jaw tighten. Even with people close to him? Especially with people close to him, she answered. I looked down at the table for a second. I trusted him, I said quietly. I know, she replied. Did you ever try to stop him? I asked. She shook her head. Ryan doesn't listen. So everyone just lets him do whatever he wants? No, she said. People eventually leave. Or get hurt, I added. She met my eyes. Yes. I exhaled slowly. How many times? More than you'd want to know, she said. I nodded. That explains a lot. Jason, she said carefully, this isn't about you. It feels like it is, I replied. I mean his behavior, she clarified. It's who he is. I leaned back in my chair. So this wasn't a mistake. No, she said firmly. It never is with him. I stayed silent for a moment. I needed to hear that, I said. I figured, she replied. Why tell me now? Because you asked, she said. And because you deserve the truth. I nodded slowly. That's more than I got from him. She gave a faint smile. That doesn't surprise me. I stood up. Thank you, Lisa. Be careful, she said. Of him? Of what this could turn into, she replied. I understood what she meant. I'm not looking for trouble, I said. Trouble doesn't always wait for permission, she answered. I gave a small nod and walked away. That evening Ryan called me. Hey man, he said. You disappeared after lunch. Had something to take care of, I replied. All good. Yeah. Cool, he said. We should hang out this weekend. Maybe, I said. Maybe, he repeated. Since when are you unsure? Since I started rethinking things, I answered. He laughed. You and your thinking. Yeah, I said. Me and my thinking. You're not acting like yourself, he added. I am, I replied. You're just seeing it differently. What does that mean? It means I'm paying attention now, I said. To what? To who people really are, I answered. He went quiet for a second. That sounds deep. It's simple, I said. All right, he said. Let me know about the weekend. I will. We hung up. I stared at my phone for a long moment. Ryan's voice still sounded the same. But now, everything behind it felt fake. I sat back and let the truth settle in fully. Ryan wasn't my friend. He never was. And for the first time, I stopped trying to hold on to what we had. Because it didn't exist anymore. I need a lawyer, I told Daniel over the phone. He didn't hesitate. I know someone. Sophia Reed. She's sharp. Good, I said. I don't want mistakes. You won't get any with her, he replied. I'll send you the details. Thanks. Jason, Daniel added, you're sure about this? I'm sure I need control, I said. That's enough, he replied. An hour later, I sat across from Sophia Reed in a quiet office. Jason Carter? She asked, reviewing a file. Yes. Daniel must have briefed her because she went straight to the point. You're considering divorce, she said calmly. I am, I replied. And there's infidelity involved? Yes. She nodded. Do you have proof? Some, I said. Working on more. That's good, she replied. Evidence matters. I leaned forward. I don't want this to get messy. It will be messy, she said plainly. But we can make it controlled. How? By preparing before you act, she said. I nodded. That's what I want. She opened a folder. Let's start with finances. All right. Do you share accounts? Yes. Then step 1, she said, you begin separating them quietly. Without telling her? Yes, she replied. Not yet. I took a breath. Okay. Step 2, she continued, document everything. I've already started. Good, she said. Messages, calls, dates, everything matters. I understand. Step 3, she said, protect your assets. How do I do that? We'll set up a separate account, she explained. Move your income there gradually. I nodded slowly. What about the house? We'll discuss ownership, she said. But don't make sudden moves. Why not? Because sudden moves create suspicion, she replied. That makes sense. She leaned back slightly. Jason, this isn't just emotional anymore. I know, I said. This is legal, she added. That's why I'm here. She gave a small nod. Good. I looked at her. What about timing? Timing is everything, she said. You act when you're ready, not when you're angry. I'm not angry, I replied. I can see that, she said. That works in your favor. I want to walk away clean, I said. You can, she replied. If you stay disciplined. I will. She closed the folder. Then we build your exit plan step by step. I stood up. Thank you, Sophia. We'll talk again soon, she said. When I left her office, I felt something different. Not relief. Control. That evening, Emily greeted me with a soft smile. You're home early, she said. Work was light, I replied. She walked closer. I made dinner. That's nice. She studied my face. You seem calmer. I am, I said. That's good, right? It depends. On what? On how things go from here, I answered. She nodded slowly. I want things to get better. So do I said. We sat down to eat. Did you talk to Ryan today? She asked carefully. Yes. Her hand tightened slightly. What did he say? Nothing important. She looked relieved. Good. I watched her reaction closely. You still trust him? I asked. She hesitated. I don't know. That's honest, I said. She looked at me. Do you? No, I replied. Silence filled the space between us. I'm trying, Jason, she said softly. I can see that, I replied. Then why does it feel like you're far away? Because I am, I said calmly. Her eyes filled with emotion. I don't want to lose you. You already risked that, I said. I know, she whispered. I finished my meal quietly. Later that night, I sat alone with my laptop. New account, new passwords, new structure, everything separate. My phone buzzed. Emily's name flashed on the screen. Where are you? She asked. In the other room. Why didn't you come to bed? I had things to finish. She paused. You've been distant. I told you that already. I'm trying to fix it, she said. I know, I replied. Then meet me halfway, she asked. I'm meeting you by staying, I said. That's not the same, she whispered. It's what I can give right now. She didn't respond for a moment. Okay, she said finally. I ended the call and went back to my work. Every number, every detail, every move, careful, precise, controlled. The next morning I checked everything again. Accounts separated, evidence saved, plan in motion. Emily walked into the room. You're up early, she said. Couldn't sleep. She sat beside me. Are you thinking about everything again? Yes. She looked down. I wish I could undo it. You can't, I said. I know. She hesitated. But I can change. Maybe, I replied. She looked at me. Do you believe that? I paused for a second. I believe actions, I said. She nodded slowly. Then I'll prove it. I stood up. I hope you do, I said. As I walked away, I felt something settle inside me. Not anger. Not sadness. Just clarity. For the first time, I wasn't reacting to what happened. I was preparing for what came next. And that made all the difference. Breakfast is ready, Emily said softly. I walked into the kitchen and saw everything neatly arranged. You didn't have to do all this, I said. I wanted to, she replied, forcing a small smile. I sat down. It looks good. She watched me carefully. You've been different. I told you I'm thinking, I said. Thinking or pulling away? She asked. Both, I replied calmly. She looked down. I'm trying to fix things. I can see that, I said. Then why does it feel like I'm losing you more? Because effort doesn't erase what happened, I answered. She swallowed. I know. We ate in silence for a moment. Do you still love me? She asked quietly. I paused. I don't know what I feel right now. That answer hit her harder than anger ever could. I'll give you time, she said. I nodded. That's all I need. Later that day I sat at my desk, scrolling through messages. Dates. Times. Proof. Every piece mattered. Ryan's name kept appearing again and again. I saved everything. Carefully. My phone buzzed. Hey, Olivia said when I answered. You okay? I'm fine, I replied. You don't sound fine, she said. I'm just tired. Jason, she said, I've known you long enough to know that's not it. I stayed quiet. Did something happen? She asked gently. Yeah, I said after a pause. Do you want to talk about it? Not everything, I replied. That's okay, she said. Tell me what you can. I leaned back in my chair. Things at home are complicated. Relationship stuff? Something like that. She sighed. Those are the worst. I almost smiled. Yeah. Did someone hurt you? She asked. I hesitated. Yes. I'm sorry, she said softly. Don't be, I replied. It's already done. That doesn't make it easier, she said. No, I agreed. Are you staying? She asked. For now, I said. Why? Because I need to finish something. She paused. That sounds serious. It is. Just don't lose yourself in it, she said. I won't. Promise. I promise. She went quiet for a second. Jason, she said, you deserve better than whatever is hurting you. Her words stayed with me. I know, I said quietly. Then don't settle, she added. I'm not planning to, I replied. Good, she said. Because you're stronger than you think. I exhaled slowly. Thanks, Olivia. Anytime, she said. And if you need to talk, I'm here. I appreciate that. We ended the call. I looked at my phone for a long moment. You deserve better. The words echoed in my head. That evening, Emily was waiting again. I made dinner, she said, almost hopeful. You've been cooking a lot, I replied. I'm trying, she said. I know. She stepped closer. Can we talk? We're already talking, I said. No, she said. I mean really talk. I sat down. All right. She took a deep breath. I miss us. So do I replied honestly. Then why does it feel like you've already moved on? Because part of me has, I said. Her eyes filled with tears. That hurts. I know. I don't want to lose you, she whispered. You already risked that, I repeated. She shook her head. I can fix it. How? I'll do anything, she said. Anything? I asked. Yes. Then be honest, I said. I am being honest, she insisted. I held her gaze. Completely honest? She hesitated. That's what I thought, I said quietly. She looked away. I'm trying. Trying isn't enough anymore, I replied. Silence fell between us again. I don't recognize you, she said softly. I don't recognize us either, I answered. She wiped her tears. Are you planning to leave? Not yet, I said. But you will, she whispered. I didn't answer. That was answer enough. Later that night, I sat in the dark again. Messages, screenshots, call logs. Everything lined up perfectly now. There was no confusion left. Only truth. My phone lit up with a notification. Another message. Another piece. I saved it without hesitation. This is almost done, I whispered to myself. For the first time, I didn't feel overwhelmed. I felt ready. Not for revenge. Not for anger. For freedom. I leaned back and closed my eyes for a moment. A different life started to form in my mind. No lies. No tension. No pretending. Just peace. And for the first time since everything happened, that idea felt real. Why are we hosting tonight? Emily asked, adjusting the table setting. Just a small gathering, I replied. With who? People who matter, I said calmly. She looked at me. This feels sudden. Does it? Yes, she said. You've been distant and now this? I thought it might help, I replied. Help what? Clarity, I said. She frowned slightly. I don't understand. You will, I answered. A knock came at the door. I'll get it, I said. Ryan walked in first, smiling like always. Jason, Ryan said, pulling me into a casual handshake. What's all this? Just a gathering, I replied. Feels formal, Ryan said, looking around. Maybe it is, I said. Emily stepped forward. Ryan. Hey, Ryan said, his tone softer toward Emily. I noticed that. Daniel arrived next. This better be worth it, Daniel muttered to me. It will be, I said quietly. Lisa walked in behind him, giving me a small nod. You invited Lisa? Ryan asked, surprised. Yes, I replied. That's unexpected, Ryan said. Tonight is full of those, I answered. Everyone settled into the room. All right, I said, standing up. Thanks for coming. Emily looked confused. Jason, what's going on? I ignored the question for a moment. I wanted everyone here for a reason, I continued. Ryan leaned back. This sounds serious. It is, I said. Daniel crossed his arms. Just say it. I took a slow breath. I'm going to keep this simple, I said. Emily's voice trembled. Jason. Let me finish, I said calmly. She went quiet. I picked up my phone. These, I said, holding it up, are messages. Ryan shifted slightly. What kind of messages? The kind you thought I'd never see, I replied. Emily's face turned pale. Jason, stop, she whispered. No, I said. I connected my phone to the screen. Texts appeared. Dates, times, names. The room went silent. Ryan leaned forward. This isn't what it looks like. It looks exactly like what it is, I said. Emily started crying. Please don't do this. I'm not doing anything, I replied. I'm showing the truth. Ryan stood up. Jason, we can talk about this privately. We already had that chance, I said. This is unnecessary, he insisted. No, I said calmly. This is overdue. Daniel shook his head. Unbelievable. Lisa stayed quiet, watching Ryan closely. Say something, Ryan snapped at her. She didn't respond. That's what I thought, I said. Emily covered her face. I'm sorry. Sorry doesn't change facts, I replied. Ryan ran a hand through his hair. It wasn't like that. Then explain it, I said. It just happened, he said. More than once. I asked. He didn't answer. Exactly, I said. Emily sobbed. I didn't want this. But you chose it, I replied. I made a mistake, she said. Stop calling it that, I said. Ryan looked at me. Why are you so calm? Because anger wouldn't make this clearer, I answered. This is embarrassing, he said. For you, I replied. For everyone, he corrected. No, I said. Just for the people who lied. Daniel nodded. He's right. Ryan looked around. You're all judging me? You did that yourself, I said. Emily looked up at me. Please stop. Why? I asked. Because this is destroying everything, she cried. It already was, I replied. The room stayed silent again. I scrolled further. More messages. More proof. Ryan shook his head. You've been spying on us? I've been paying attention, I corrected. That's the same thing, he said. No, I replied. One is control. The other is betrayal. Emily whispered, Jason? I looked at her. Do you have anything else to say? She shook her head, unable to speak. I turned to Ryan. What about you? He hesitated. I didn't mean to hurt you. You didn't think about me at all, I said. That's not true, he argued. Then when did you stop? I asked. He went silent. That's what I thought, I said again. Daniel exhaled. This is done. Lisa finally spoke. It was always going to end like this. Ryan looked at her. You knew. She didn't answer directly. I stepped back. I didn't bring you all here for drama, I said. Then why? Emily asked weakly. For clarity, I replied. Ryan laughed bitterly. You could have just told us. No, I said. You needed to see it. Emily wiped her tears. What happens now? I looked at her calmly. Now, I said, I move on. The words settled heavily in the room. Ryan shook his head. Just like that. Yes, I said. That's cold, he muttered. No, I replied. It's clear. Emily whispered, please don't leave me. I didn't respond immediately. Then I said, I already did. Silence followed. No shouting. No chaos. Just truth. And in that quiet moment, I felt something unexpected. Relief. The next morning, my phone didn't stop buzzing. Did that really happen last night? Daniel asked when I answered. Yes, I said. You stayed calm through all of that? I had to. He let out a breath. Ryan's already being talked about. That was fast, I replied. People don't like betrayal, Daniel said. I noticed. You okay? I'm better than I was, I answered. That's something, he said. It is. At work, the atmosphere felt different. Ryan walked in late. No smile this time. Hey, he muttered. Hey, I replied calmly. He looked around before stepping closer. You didn't have to do that. I didn't have to hide it either, I said. You made it public, he said. You made it real, I replied. He clenched his jaw. People are talking. That's what happens when truth comes out. You ruined my reputation, he said. I looked at him. You did that yourself. He stared at me for a second. You think you're better than me now? No, I said. I just stopped pretending. He shook his head. This isn't over. It already is, I replied. He didn't argue again. He just walked away. By lunch, I noticed the distance. Coworkers who used to laugh with Ryan now avoided him. Whispers followed him. Eyes judged him. I sat alone watching it unfold. You're quiet, Olivia said, sitting across from me. I've been like that lately, I replied. She studied my face. Something changed. It did. Do you want to tell me? I handled something I needed to, I said. She nodded slowly. And now I'm letting things settle. She smiled slightly. That sounds peaceful. It's getting there, I admitted. Good, she said. You deserve that. I looked at her. Thanks. Whatever happened, she added, you did the right thing. I think so, I said. That's enough, she replied. Later that evening, I walked into the house. Emily was sitting on the couch, staring at her phone. She looked up when I entered. Jason, she said softly. Yeah. People know, she whispered. I know. Her eyes filled with tears. Claire stopped answering my calls. I didn't respond. She blocked me, she added. That's her choice, I said. She was my closest friend, Emily said. I guess she made hers too, I replied. Emily shook her head. This is falling apart. It already did, I said calmly. She stood up. You're just watching this happen. Yes. Why aren't you doing anything? She asked. Because I don't need to, I answered. She stared at me. You don't care? I do, I said. Just not the way you think. Then how? I care about what comes next, I replied. She wiped her tears. Everything I had is slipping away. I nodded slightly. That's what consequences feel like. That's harsh, she said. It's honest, I replied. She sat back down slowly. I thought I could fix this, she whispered. You can't fix what's already broken, I said. Then what do I do? That's something you have to figure out, I answered. She looked at me. And you? I already did, I said. She didn't understand that yet. That night, I sat outside, letting the silence settle around me. For the first time, I wasn't thinking about what they did. I was thinking about what I wanted. Peace, clarity, freedom. My phone buzzed again. A message from Ryan. We need to talk. I stared at it for a moment. Then I typed back. No, we don't. I put my phone down. Simple. Final. The next few days followed the same pattern. Ryan kept his distance. Emily stayed quiet. The house felt empty even when we were both there. One evening, Emily spoke again. Jason, she said, her voice softer than before. Yes. I didn't think it would turn out like this. No one ever does, I replied. I lost everything, she said. You lost what you chose to risk, I answered. She looked down. Do you hate me? I paused. No, I said honestly. Then what do you feel? Less, I replied. That answer seemed to break something in her. I wish I could go back, she whispered. You can't, I said. I know. Silence followed again. But this time it felt different. Not heavy. Not suffocating. Just quiet. And in that quiet, I felt something I hadn't felt in a long time. What? My phone rang early that morning. Jason Carter? A calm voice asked. Yes. This is Dr. Mark Davis. I remember, I said. What is it? I have updated results regarding the pregnancy you asked about. I leaned forward slightly. Go on. There's been further confirmation, he said. The biological timeline doesn't match the individuals you mentioned. I stayed quiet for a second. Be clear. The pregnancy is not linked to Ryan Mitchell either, he said. I exhaled slowly. So she lied to both of us. Yes, he replied. Thank you, I said. Take care, Jason, he added before ending the call. I stared at my phone for a moment. No anger. No shock. Just clarity. A few minutes later my phone buzzed again. Ryan. I answered. Yeah. We need to talk, he said urgently. I figured. Did you hear? I did. This doesn't make sense, he said. It makes perfect sense, I replied. What do you mean? I mean she lied, I said. To both of us? Yes. He let out a frustrated breath. This is insane. No, I said calmly. This is consistent. What is that supposed to mean? It means this isn't new behavior, I answered. He went quiet. I feel like an idiot. That's because you ignored what mattered, I said. You're acting like you're not affected, he snapped. I already went through it, I replied. This changes everything, he said. For you, I corrected. For both of us, he insisted. No, I said. I was already done. He didn't respond immediately. So what now, he asked. Nothing, I said. What do you mean nothing? I mean I'm not part of this anymore, I replied. You're just walking away? I already did, I said. He sounded frustrated. You don't even care? I care about myself now, I answered. He hung up without another word. That afternoon I walked into the house. Emily was sitting at the table, staring at a paper in her hands. You got the report, I said. She looked up slowly. You knew. I just found out, I replied. Her voice trembled. This doesn't make sense. It does, I said. No, she shook her head. There has to be a mistake. There isn't, I replied calmly. She stood up suddenly. Then how did this happen? That's a question you should answer, I said. She looked at me, panic in her eyes. Jason, I didn't mean. Stop, I said. She froze. I'm not interested in another version, I continued. I'm not lying now, she said quickly. You've said that before, I replied. This is different, she insisted. No, I said. It's the same pattern. Tears filled her eyes. I don't know what to say. That's because there's nothing left to say, I answered. She stepped closer. Please don't look at me like that. Like what? Like I'm nothing, she whispered. I held her gaze. I'm looking at you clearly. That hurts, she said. It should, I replied. She covered her face. I ruined everything. Yes, I said simply. She dropped her hands. Do you hate me? I paused. No, I said. Then what do you feel? Nothing that connects me to you anymore, I replied. Her expression broke completely. That's worse, she whispered. I know, I said. She shook her head. I didn't plan this. But you chose every step, I replied. I didn't think it would go this far, she said. That doesn't change the outcome, I answered. She sat down slowly, defeated. I lost everything, she said. You lost control of the lies, I corrected. She looked at me again. Is there anything left between us? I didn't hesitate. No, I said. Silence filled the room. Not heavy. Not tense. Just final. She stared at the floor. I wish I could go back, she whispered. You can't, I said. I know. I turned toward the door. Where are you going? She asked weakly. Out, I replied. Will you come back? I paused for a second. Yes, I said. But not for the same reasons. She didn't understand that yet. I stepped outside and took a deep breath. For the first time, everything made sense. This was never about love. It was about choices. And she had made hers long ago. Now I had made mine. And for the first time, I felt completely free. Everything is ready, Sophia Reed said, sliding the documents toward me. I looked down at the papers. So this is it? This is it, Sophia Reed replied. Once Jason Carter signs, it's finalized. I picked up the pen. No complications? None, Sophia Reed said. Jason Carter prepared well. I nodded slightly. Good. Sophia Reed watched me. Are you sure Jason Carter doesn't want to reconsider? I shook my head. No. This is a clean break, Sophia Reed added. That's what Jason Carter wants, I said. Then sign, Sophia Reed said calmly. I didn't hesitate. I signed. Sophia Reed collected the papers. It's done. I exhaled slowly. Thank you. You handled this better than most, Sophia Reed said. I didn't have a choice, I replied. You always have a choice, Sophia Reed said. I gave a small nod. Then Jason Carter chose peace. Sophia Reed smiled faintly. That's rare. I stood up. I appreciate your help. Take care of yourself, Jason Carter, Sophia Reed said. I will, I replied. When I stepped outside, the air felt different, lighter. Not because everything was gone, but because I was no longer holding on to it. My phone buzzed. Emily. I stared at the screen for a second. Then I answered. Jason, Emily said, voice shaking. Please, can Jason Carter see you? I'm outside, I said. I'm coming, Emily replied quickly. A few minutes later, Emily stood in front of me. Eyes red, hands trembling. Jason, Emily whispered. Yeah. Is it true? Yes, I said. Just like that. Emily asked. It was never going to be complicated, I replied. Emily shook Emily's head. It means everything is over. It's been over, I said. No, Emily said. Not like this. I looked at Emily calmly. There was no other way. Emily stepped closer. Please don't do this. I already did, I replied. Emily's voice broke. Jason Carter, I'm sorry. I know, I said. I didn't mean to hurt Jason Carter, Emily said. But Emily did, I replied. Emily wiped Emily's tears. Give me one more chance. I shook my head. No. Why? Emily asked. Because Jason Carter already gave too many, I answered. Emily looked at me desperate. I can change. Maybe, I said. Then let me prove it, Emily pleaded. You had that chance, I replied. Emily grabbed my arm. Please. I gently pulled away. Don't. Emily's hand dropped. Jason Carter doesn't love Emily anymore? I paused. I let that go, I said. Emily stared at me. When? The day Emily told me the truth, I answered. Emily shook Emily's head. No, that can't be true. It is, I said calmly. I thought we could fix it, Emily whispered. You can't fix something built on lies, I replied. Emily's voice trembled. I'll do anything. I don't want anything, I said. Not even me? Emily asked. I held Emily's gaze. No, I said. That word broke whatever was left. Emily stepped back, tears falling freely. I lost everything, Emily said. You lost what you chose to risk, I replied. Emily covered Emily's face. Jason Carter, please? I shook my head. There's nothing left to say. Emily lowered Emily's hands slowly. Do you hate Emily? Emily asked. No, I said. Then what do you feel? Peace, I answered. Emily looked confused. Peace? Yes, I said. How? Emily asked. By letting go, I replied. Emily's expression turned empty. I wish I could go back, Emily whispered. You can't, I said. I know, Emily replied. Silence settled between us. This time it wasn't heavy. It was final. I thought Jason Carter would fight for this, Emily said quietly. I did, I replied. When? Before Emily broke it, I answered. Emily had no response. I took a step back. Take care of yourself, I said. Emily looked up. That's it. That's it, I replied. I turned and started walking. Jason, Emily called out. I stopped but didn't turn. Yes. I'm sorry, Emily said again. I closed my eyes for a brief moment. I know, I said. Then I kept walking. Each step felt heavy, but also right. For the first time, I wasn't carrying the past. I was moving forward. Not with anger. Not with regret. Just with myself. Jason, you've been different lately, Olivia said, setting her coffee down in front of me. Different how? I asked. Calmer, Olivia replied. Like nothing shakes Jason Carter anymore. I smiled slightly. That's not true. It feels true, Olivia said. Whatever happened, Jason Carter handled it. I survived it, I corrected. That's more than most people do, Olivia said softly. I leaned back in my chair. It took time. I can see that, Olivia replied. Jason Carter doesn't look like the same person. I'm not, I said. What changed? Olivia asked. I stopped holding on to things that were breaking me, I answered. Olivia nodded. That sounds simple. It wasn't, I said. I believe that, Olivia replied. Work had become easier. Not because it changed. Because I did. Jason Carter, you've been doing great, my manager said during a meeting. Thank you, I replied. Whatever Jason Carter is doing, keep doing it, my manager added. I will, I said. Later that evening, I visited Daniel. You look better, Daniel said the moment I walked in. I feel better, I replied. Finally, Daniel said, handing me a drink. It took a while, I said. Daniel nodded. So, no regrets? I thought for a second. No. Not even a little? Daniel asked. No, I said again. Daniel smiled. That's how I know Jason Carter moved on. I did, I said. Good, Daniel replied. On my way home, I stopped at a quiet cafe. Olivia was already there. You're late, Olivia said with a teasing smile. Traffic, I replied. Excuses, Olivia said lightly. I sat down. What's new? Nothing dramatic, Olivia said. And that's a good thing. I agree, I said. Olivia studied my face. You're at peace, aren't you? I paused. I think so. You deserve that, Olivia said. Thanks, I replied. There was no pressure. No expectations. Just calm conversation. And that felt new. Weeks passed. Life kept moving forward. Then one afternoon, everything paused for a moment. I saw her. Emily. She was standing across the street. Different. Tired. Quiet. Jason, Emily said when Emily walked closer. Emily, I replied calmly. There was no tension. No anger. Just distance. You look good, Emily said softly. Thanks, I replied. Emily hesitated. Jason Carter seems happy. I'm at peace, I said. That's better than happy, Emily whispered. I nodded. It is. Emily looked down. I'm not. I didn't respond. I thought I'd be, Emily continued. But I'm not. I'm sorry to hear that, I said calmly. Emily looked up. Do Jason Carter hate me? No, I said. Do Jason Carter ever think about me? Emily asked. Not the way Emily hopes, I replied. Emily's eyes filled with tears. I deserve that. That's not for me to decide, I said. It is, Emily said. Jason Carter was the one I hurt. I shook my head slightly. I moved on from that. Emily stared at me. How? I stopped carrying it, I answered. I wish I could do that, Emily whispered. You can, I said. It doesn't feel like it, Emily replied. It takes time, I said. Emily nodded slowly. Jason Carter seems stronger. I am, I said. I wish I didn't lose Jason Carter, Emily said quietly. I looked at Emily. Emily lost me the moment Emily made those choices. Emily's voice broke. I know. We stood there in silence. But it wasn't painful. It was empty. And that emptiness told me everything. I'm glad Jason Carter is okay, Emily said finally. I am, I replied. Emily took a step back. Goodbye, Jason. Goodbye, Emily, I said. I watched Emily walk away. No pull. No regret. Nothing. Just distance. My phone buzzed. Olivia. Where are you? Olivia asked when I answered. On my way, I said. Don't be late, Olivia replied. I won't, I said. I ended the call and looked ahead. For the first time, the past didn't follow me. It stayed where it belonged. Behind me. And as I walked forward, I realized something simple. I didn't need revenge. I didn't need closure from anyone else. I had already given it to myself. And that was enough.